my god, you made a song just for TikTok?
You can come and watch me drink my morning coffee.
We're going to be going into a totally different dimension by raising the frequencies and vibrations of the earth. It will shift into a new dimension. And this is the greatest show on earth, because they said all the beings and all the universes are watching, because this has never happened to in any universe anywhere, that an entire planet will shift into a new dimension. And when this happens, it's like two earths, as though they split. The old earth is left behind with all the negativity and all the chaos. And the new earth separates, and it will be totally new and beautiful. Now, those who have raised the vibrations and frequencies of their bodies will shift into the new earth. And a lot of this is happening right now. A lot of people are feeling this in their bodies because they are having physical symptoms they can't explain. This is happening as the body shifts and changes the vibrations and frequencies of the body. The frequencies can't be changed immediately because it would be too damaging to the body. The body couldn't handle it. It would die. So it has to be done in steps, slowly.
Just like we practice, one in front, one behind. He'll stay between the grass. That's what we've taught him. So just keep him corralled. Yep, point right, point right. Okay, no, hold up. Make sure he's not following you. He will follow you. Okay, keep. Oh God, he's go. You know what? Fuck it. Let him go. Let him go. Let's see how far he'll walk. No, yeah, I'm serious. Just let him go. Let me switch over to his earpiece. Hey, Joey, where you going, buddy? Joe? What? Oh, look at you. You found another way to the door. Who's a good boy?
Good evening, everyone. Now that everybody has watched that and you understand the difference between the freshwater and the salt water and the density between the two, now it's my turn. Here's what I want you to understand. You see how this water separates? Two different oceans separate perfectly. And it's always there. Always there. In these different spots of the world, you will find this. And I couldn't remember the verse in Scripture, so I had to research it real quick for you guys, and here it is. 19. He has let free the two bodies of flowing water, salt and fresh, meeting together. 20. Between them is a barrier which they do not transgress. 21. Then which of the favors of the Lord will ye deny? Okay, now you see that in Scripture? Perfect description. Salt and fresh, where the two bodies of flowing water separate, meet together. Okay, now here's my point. When you don't want to believe the Bible and you don't want to believe any of this stuff, some guy sitting in a desert 3,000 years ago, nowhere near the ocean, just sat there and wrote where the two bodies of flowing water, salt and fresh, meeting together. Between them is a barrier which they do not transgress. Think about that. A guy sitting in the desert 3,000 years ago wrote this. That's why he's called a prophet. But even aside of biblical scripture, here's what I want you to understand and comprehend common sensely. These two bodies of water are perfectly divided in every single one of these spots all over the world, always has been. If the earth were a spinning globe, spinning 1,000 miles an hour, these waters would be all over the place, but they're not. They separate in the same place. All over the world, you can go see this. They're always in the same place. Always been there. Now go in the kitchen and fill a third of a cup up with water and then another third with vegetable oil. They're separate. But you spin that cup and I'll guarantee you they'll mix together. But when you stop spinning that cup, they'll separate again. Do you know why? Because density can't happen in liquid spinning 1,000 miles an hour. It has to be a solid liquid, steel, stationary, in order for density to work. And this right here, here's your proof right here. Anytime you want to, you take a boat out here, you take a helicopter out here, and you can see it with your own eyes. I'm showing it to you guys right now. Check it out. Any time of the year, these two waters never mix together. This can only happen on a flat and stationary earth. Get right over the center so they can see it perfectly divided. There you go. Right over the center. Now, as you can see with your own common sense, this can only happen on a flat Earth. Like I said before, if it was a ball spinning water, all this stuff would mix together. It's all perfectly divided. You know why? Because the Earth is flat.
Don't worry, honey, okay? Hold on.
I heard there was a problem.
Yes, it's my son. Oh, sorry, it's my daughter.
Excuse me?
Sorry, it's my offspring that I birthed without their consent.
Thank you.
She's possessed.
Ah, a demon.
No, something much worse. An ideology.
If you don't agree with what I find problematic, you're a fascist.
How could this happen?
Were there any problems growing up? Family, money, anything like that?
No, none of that.
A completely sheltered upbringing. It's worse than I thought.
Colonizer. Your mother was a colonizer.
Please, do something.
All right, ma'am. I'm gonna need you to gritty back there.
Oh, no.
You are not getting your way.
I don't have time for your silly little organized religion.
You are not getting your way. You are not getting your way.
I'm sorry, I thought private school was a good idea.
Oh, I'm waiting for my job at Amazon. I need to lay off 10,000 people.
There you go. He's back to normal.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just doing my job, ma'am. Is there a Mr. Cookington in the house? I know you called over a father, but I can also be a daddy.
What do you do if an attacker suddenly chokes you? Okay, we're gonna run this one in real time. I got my assistant here, he's gonna act as the attacker whenever you're ready. Oh yes, Daddy, choke me harder! Martial arts can be scary, but it will never be as scary as your attacker's gay panic.
Sensei Senseless, professional self-defense instructor.
So a lot of people have some pretty cool stuff in their backyard, but how many people have an actual castle in their backyard? This is why I love where I live. How cool is that? That's the old chapel in there. And then continue down. And out here we have this beautiful little stream. And that's the old outside of the castle. And my cottage is just on the other side of this. That's pretty dope.
I'm gonna tell you 3 patient stories. 2 are true, 1 is a lie. I was at the nursing station watching the patient monitors when I noticed one of our patient's heart rate was going a little faster than normal. I went to check on him, but he was just laying in bed watching TV. Everything was fine. But as soon as I sat down, it started going fast again. I went to check again, and turns out he was masturbating. I was too, but I wasn't hooked onto the heart monitor, so nobody knew. Patient number 2 came in via ambulance for classic textbook heart attack symptoms. The ER was pretty worried, so we worked him up right away, but we couldn't find anything. No less than an hour later, he was missing from his bed, so I went to go look for him. I found him in the hallways of the hospital at the vending machines, getting a snack. Lying son of a bitch. Patient number 3 was in the trauma room because of an accident. And when you get into a physical traumatic accident, the doctor has to check your rectal tone via rectal exam. So the doctor stuck a finger in him and the patient said, "I'm not sure if I feel anything. Can you put 2 fingers in?" Which is the lie.
It is noteworthy that the percentage of women who register to vote and cast a ballot is consistently higher than the percentage of the men who do so. End of quote. Repeat the line. Women are not without electoral and or political, or maybe precise, not and or political power.
Oh no.
Hey baby, where you going? Hey Cheryl, you want to have lunch with me? How are you playing hard to get?
How about dinner and dancing?
You guys catcalling again?
Mm-hmm. Where'd she go?
You guys are gonna get canceled.
Cheryl! Dang it, Dad, you scared her away.
What? I scared her away?
Hey Cheryl, I'm famous on TikTok! Cheryl!
Leave her alone, guys.
Man, she's hot! Do you like spiders? I know a good spot. Wait, she's coming back! Wait, what?
Who's that? Uh-oh.
Are there 2 Cheryls?
Yeah,
more Cheryl to share. This is the best day of my life.
I'm not sure that's what's...
2 feral Cheryls. I got gems on the left. Ladies, we can make this work. We're all adults. No need to fight over me. There's enough of us to go around.
You guys, I don't think that's what's going on. Look at him.
Hey, wait up. No, I'll be better, I promise. Come on, baby, I love you. Don't be like that, Cheryl, after everything we've been through.
I'm leaving, Cheryl, and this time I mean it.
What the?
And I'm taking the little Cheryls with me.
Come on, baby, you don't mean that.
Oh my god.
Cheryl, get back here.
Maybe we shouldn't be watching.
Cheryl, nothing without you. Cheryl! Poor Cheryl. Yeah, and Cheryl. Cheryl!
Yikes.
Hey, Cheryl, I'm available. Yeah, me too, Cheryl.
I'm here if you need to talk.
Smooth, guys.
So y'all know about my Karen-ass neighbor. And how she tried to play a game of fuck around and find out with me, and lost. She went to jail, and her husband actually ended up divorcing her. And that I ran into her ex-husband at a grocery store, and he invited me to a Christmas party. Well, I went to said Christmas party, and this is how it went. Yeah, buckle up and get the popcorn. The day of the party arrived, and he told me that there was going to be a white elephant gift exchange. Of course you know, I gotta bring the gift of Get Fucked Karen. So we're all sitting down in the living room playing this game. For those of you guys who don't know how this game works, you pile all the gifts in the center, and well, you go and pick one according to your number that you drew at the very beginning of the game. And when it is your turn, you have the choice whether to steal a present from somebody else or go and open a brand new one. And a gift can only be stolen 2 times before it is dead and out of the game. As we are in the middle of the game, guess who decides to come by? Yep, Karen. Allegedly, she forgot something that she just had to have tonight. She walks into her former house and sees me. Her eyes are deadlocked on me. I stare right back at her and do this. She then looks at her former husband and says, I need to talk to you. In front of everybody, he said, what about? Why is that man in this house? And his reply? Because when somebody saves your life, you tend to invite them to your parties. As they start arguing in front of everybody, I look in the center of the room and notice that my gift has yet to be picked. I get out of my seat, I walk up, I grab my gift, and then I walk up to them and interrupt their screaming match. Hey John, it's your turn, and I picked a present for you. Wasn't really his turn, but He looks over at me and goes, I look back at him and go, he tears open the gift, and inside he sees a Get Fucked Karen shirt and a Get Fucked Karen hat. He throws on the hat, looks at his former wife, and says, Get fucked, Karen. Get out of my house. And something in Karen's mind just ruptured and exploded. She had nothing to say and stormed out of the house, slamming the door behind her. Get fucked, Karen. Merch link in bio.
That's why I'm suing NASA, guys, because they are giving us fake CGI cartoon images, and they're saying that this is Earth from the space station. They're claiming that, although we never see any land. Look at how fake this is. This is supposed to be the clouds covering the Earth. What the hell? This isn't even good CGI. Look at this garbage. Can you believe this? And change the soundtrack from... They play the same soundtrack for a year. They're never going to change it. It's because they're trying to brainwash us. Oh, it's so absurd. And what part of Earth is this supposed to be right now? Come on, guys. No land? Ever? And if you look carefully, if we analyze this footage, all you have to do is look. This is a repetitive CGI thing. They'll take this shape right here, like this little E right here, and it'll go into a program which will spread out across this screen, and it'll go like E. Sorry about the devil horns. E, all across the thing. Look at it. Look at it, guys. We have to sue NASA. I'll start it if you guys follow. It's not if, I'll start it. Oh, and that's it. They give us 1 second of it. Ooh, dirty workers. NASA's so evil. They are. We have to sue them immediately.
Howdy, it's voting night, so this is Crazy Political Seinfelds. And you can decide which of these signs voted for Republican and which is going to vote Democrat. Get a brain, morons. Who needs oil? I ride the bus. Let go, Barndon. F Middle America. Like all of them? It's like 1930s G. Manny. All over again. protest bad governments, walls, and hypocrisy. My body, my coesi.
Hey there, hot stuff. You lost?
No, I'm not. Thank you.
Well, a guy like you should definitely not be doing aerobics. You're gonna lose your dad bod, babe.
Sorry. I don't conform to your standards of beauty.
Maybe you should try the bench press. Women really like a guy that can lift a lot of children.
I actually only do high-intensity workouts and glamour muscles, okay? I need to lift myself up, not someone else's kids.
Excuse me. I'm just trying to help.
Well, you can help by letting me get shredded in peace.
Okay, well, you're not gonna find a wife who loves you for your personality getting shredded like that.
Maybe I'm trying to attract the type of girl who just wants to use me for my body.
Okay, I didn't know you were such a commitment phobe.
I'm not. I just don't prescribe to the narrative that men in their late 20s need to settle down. Hell, I know men in their 40s who are happily single.
All right, now you're just being ridiculous.
Excuse me, is this lady bothering you?
She is actually.
Okay, forget it. You know, you wouldn't make a good father anyways.
Wow.
You know, some women still believe that random hookups are really hot.
It is so awesome that there are still women like you out there.
So the other day, I was shopping around online, and I found a portable bidet, or as I like to call them, a portable booty washing machine, and it just came in the mail. Now we're gonna try it out. So the first step is to take it out of the reservoir and fill the reservoir with water. Second step is to take the portable booty washing machine and pop it on like that. Now, I just gotta go try it out. What is it doing? What is it doing? Ah! Stop it! We got a squirter! So now that I've cleaned up all of the water out of my bathroom floor, I can now use my portable bidet. As y'all can tell, I'm sitting on the toilet. Do I go from the front or the back? Oh, that's cold! Oh, I should have put hot water in there. It does have a nice strong stream to it though. I give this old portable booty washing machine an 8 out of 10.
I just found this road cut, an absolutely stupid amount of fossils in it. And I was wondering why, and then I ran into the guy who owns it, and he was like, oh yeah, this was blasted 3 weeks ago, meaning that I'm probably the first fossil hunter to actually get to it. Here's some of the stuff I found in just the first, 10 minutes. These beautiful oxidized brachiopods, this concretion, which when I broke it open had more shells in it that are still their original color because it has the original sediment in it. This cluster of brachiopod shells and crinoid stems. This rock, which is going to be absolutely full of fossils, but I haven't even broken into yet. This little dude, and this enormous kill layer that has several different species of brachiopod, like this and this, which are Mucrospirifer, and then these little guys, which are either Spinatropa or Strophiodonta, and then some kind of snail-looking thing over here. And oh my god, another one. I literally just picked this up off the ground. Dude, what the hell is with this place? This is literally right next to it. This whole wall dates to about 300 million years ago in the Middle Devonian, and I've literally never found this high a density of shell fossils in my entire life.
Hey, what's up, guys? Pay attention. Look, do not get fooled by all of this UFO stuff now. I'm not saying I'm against extraterrestrials. I'm not saying it's not real, but don't get fooled. If you guys know about Project Bluebeam, here we go. We must pay attention to what's going on here, the timelines. So the Epstein Island list is supposedly coming out within the next few months. So that was announced, I believe it was January 23rd of this year, 2023. Now, since then, look at all of the things that are happening. There was the massive earthquake in Turkey. That happens after that satanic ritual that Sam Smith did at the Grammys. We're already having some tensions with Turkey, and then an earthquake happens. Come on now, man. Come on, pay attention. Man, we were sitting here tiptoeing around the UFO shit. They released all these declassified documents on UFOs and extraterrestrials to make it look like they're acknowledging the topic, right? And it said a whole lot of nothing in 500 pages. Nothing super intriguing or nothing that we don't already know. And then now, all of a sudden, come on, we're talking from January 23rd till now. We had the earthquake. They released The Last of Us, and then they uncovered a 48,000-year-old zombie virus. I think there was 13 pathogens that they uncovered from the permafrost. Man, do y'all see this? They're distractions, and it's just evil. It's pure evil, man. So supposedly they're going to be releasing this list from the Epstein Island, and it's going to have the list in the black book of all the celebrities, public figures, social media influencers, all the people that are on that list that partook in some way with the heinous acts that took place there at Epstein Island. So I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm gonna call it. The day that comes out, where they actually release that, when that happens, all of a sudden it's gonna be anything to distract the world and all the people that are paying attention to the Epstein Island case. And it's already happening. All this is distractions, yo. I'm telling you right now. The UFOs and all this other crap going on, it's all distractions. It's like for people to be like, whoa, like everybody's looking over there, and then something happens over here, so everybody's like, whoa, what the hell is happening over there? And then they're doing something over there now that we're not looking. Come on now, man. It's just weird. So you know how else this could play out? I was just thinking about this. Up until leading to the Epstein list and the UFOs and everything, right? What they could do too is use that to their advantage. They could be like, yeah, you know, all these UFOs, we've been talking about it for the last several months. All these unidentified objects that we're shooting down. It looks like there's actually an invasion. So what are they gonna do? If there's an extraterrestrial invasion, they're gonna start the new world order, global unity, because now we have to unite as the planet from a third party outsource coming, extraterrestrial coming from another planet. Now think about that. Then all of a sudden they get to push their agenda, new world order, one currency, dollar collapses. It's all gonna happen. I'm telling you right now, mark my word.
Pounding in steel stakes with a framing hammer can be tricky to do. You might miss a few times and hit your shin in the process. What I like to do instead is get a sledgehammer. There's a lot more surface area on a sledge, which means you're going to hit the target every time. With your framing hammer, of course. Now, you can pound in steel stakes and look like a pro.
Lessons in not crossing a gay man. Y'all buckle up, 'cause story time. So yesterday I decided I was going to give myself a little holiday treat by getting my hair done. However, I'm new to San Antonio, so any place that I would go would be my first time. So I picked a place and I showed up at my appointment time, and tell me why the bitch checking me in goes, "You're doing highlights?" And I was like, "Yes." And she goes, "Like how?" And I was like, well, I just want some that complement the ones that I already have. It's been like 4 months, so if you could just pull them through, subtle, natural looking, just to complement these already flawless features. So we proceed to sit down in the chair, and she immediately starts treating my head like a paint by numbers and just slathering on color. I said, whoa, what are you doing? I wanted highlights. She said, I've worked here for 7 years. This is a technique called balayage. I said, oh, yep, I know what balayage is, but you seem to think it means not doing what I've asked you to do. I said, well, normally they do foils, and they're like, and it's very precise. She goes, oh, okay, if you want foils, you can have foils. She just put them randomly on my head. Then she comes over with one of the hair dryers, puts it over my head, except the front thing is broken and won't stay up, so she jimmies a hairbrush into it. So now there's a hairbrush hanging in my face, and she leaves the bleach on for what seems like 525,600 minutes. Finally comes over, checks on it, goes, seems like it's lifted. So we go over to the sink. She washes my hair. I'm laid up in the sink without a towel around my neck. Then she adds the toner into my hair and leaves me laid up in the sink. Okay, so that's now washed out, so she starts cutting my hair, not paying any attention to detail, and then, without asking, just runs texturizing shears through my hair. And I was like, oh, you should ask people before you do things to their head, because now I'm going to look like a Frizzle-Liz for the next 3 months. Anyway, she's done, she dries it, she turns me around, and this bitch has the audacity to say, so what do we think? I went, oh, we think it's a mess. She says, oh, too brassy? I said, no, why does it look like I have 2 headlights running down my head? There were literally 2 yellow beams going down my head. I said, you need to fix this. And she goes, well, you need to be more specific. Fine. What you wanted was highlights and lowlights. So now she's just slathering brown all over my head, and again leaves me there. We lay down in the uncomfortable sink. She washes it out. She lifts me up. She blow dries. She turns me around. I went, ma'am, you wanted me to be specific. I specifically do not want to look like early 2000s Kelly Clarkson. I am specifically not auditioning to be the bitchy mom on an episode of Wife Swap. When I tell you that's what I looked like. And it's still like, what? Then the kicker is we go up to pay and she's like, did we enjoy our experience? I said, were you dropped as a baby? No. And she's like, okay, that'll be $138. I went, but I'm not trying to catch a charge, so I pay it. I put the 10% tip button because I'm not a monster, and she had the audacity to say, that's all?
Now, I'm not saying the world is flat, and I'm not saying the world is round. But if we was to use a compass, well, I let the facts speak for themselves. So, the compass only recognizes north. Any other direction is only based off the direction of north. North always points to the center, aka the North Pole. How could the compass point south if south is down? And many people believe if you travel in one direction, you'll come back on yourself. But that only happens with east and west. East and west are curved lines that constantly readjust to align with north. So when people say they've circled the whole world and ended up in the same place, they was only going east and west. But if you travel south, that's a whole different story. South is any direction leaving the center. So if you travel far enough, you will reach the ice wall. Unlike east and west, if you travel south, you will never come back on yourself. So there's a reason why they don't want you to travel south. Even the compass don't want you traveling south. That's why it always points back to north, telling you to turn around. Because if you keep traveling south and you go past that ice wall, there's more land, and they don't want you to be free.
Here's a video of Lauren Boebert trying to make a joke but failing miserably.
Washington politicians are addicted to spending. We don't have a revenue problem, we have a spending problem. And this addiction, like the American Rescue Plan is causing, is similar to Parmesan cheese and Hunter Biden. Thanks, and I yield back.
I've got 3 responses to whatever that was. First, Lauren, you claim Congress has a spending problem, yet you're the one who spent your own campaign funds on your rent and allegedly your tax bill for Shooter's Bar and Grill in Colorado, which, by the way, is a violation of FEC laws. 2, you're bringing up Parmesan cheese and Hunter Biden at a budget meeting? Sounds to me like you're a little distracted and afraid of the January 6th hearings because you gave recon tours of the Capitol a week prior to the attack. And 3, which is really a message for everybody watching, stay in school.
Charlie, what's going on?
Hey, you got your poles?
Are these gonna work, you think?
No.
You got quite a bit of equipment there.
Are you wearing Crocs?
They got the lining.
It's gonna be a long day.
Kind of nervous I'm gonna fall through.
Well, at least your Crocs float. I gotta find some thin ice fast.
Where's our really big bottle of wine?
How about you just set up the pop-up? Pretty easy. 4-year-old could do it.
Hey, this kind of looks like the NFL medical tent.
Oh yeah? Sure would be a shame if you ended up in the concussion protocol. This guy's a moron. How could you let him into our family? There's a 45% chance he's not coming back alive. 65%.
What was that?
Huh?
Did you hear that?
Is the ice cracking?
Shouldn't we get off if the...
You actually should get off, yeah.
Can you go check it out to make sure we're okay?
No, I'm okay. Why don't you go look? Personal space. Sorry. Yep.
Sorry.
No, we all forget sometimes.
I know we talked about it.
Just
Hey,
figure it out. Yeah, it's your wife.
Can I talk to her?
No, I'm talking
to her right now. Let me talk to her. Do you have a big enough hook to get that, pull the phone out? Honey, I'm having a good time.
Do that on